A lot of us have a hard time with this whole concept of understanding when to talk, when not to talk, who to talk to, who to listen to. And it can be really confusing along the way. So if you're anything like me, a lot of the times you might be in this situation in life where you're like, I'm just not happy. I either want a relationship, I want maybe a better job, more income. Maybe I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck. Something happens at some point in our lives, and we decide that we need to change the way things are. And we get a desire to do something. Either we get a desire to be with someone, we get a desire to do something, we get a desire to go somewhere, we get an idea pops. I want to be an artist. I want to be a musician. I want to be an airborne ranger, whatever your thing is. And we get these desires. And a lot of the times, our heart's screaming at us because this is the direction we've been asking. We've been saying, universe, higher self, whoever, what do I do? Where do I go? How do I get there? And then we get a desire, because that's how your soul talks to you. It feels something that's going to feel. So you're going to feel something. You're going to get a desire. You're going to get some sort of dream, hope, aspiration. And it's going to help lead you to your promised land. And invariably, most of us at that point always want to talk to people about it. Well, for good reasons, of course. One, I want to get a little feedback. Am I crazy? Do I want to do this? Do I not want to do this? And sometimes that can have different results for us. Sometimes it shatters our confidence. Sometimes it's exactly what we needed to hear, that attaboy, that pat on the back, pat on the butt, run on your way. Sometimes it's in between. Neither good nor bad, but it's like, all right, thank you. Like, okay. A lot of the times the trick is in figuring out who to listen to and who not to listen to. Now, when I was becoming a DJ back in the day, I was in college at the time, actually. I was pre-med, oddly. I'm a chem major by education, but went off into radio because it was awesome. But it was actually a gentleman that had a little hot dog cart. I've told this story before. Had a hot dog cart. I was a smoker at one point. He sold single cigarettes. I was always trying to quit. So I'd buy a cigarette and I'd smoke it and hang out and talk. And he was the one that kind of let me know, hey, they got this really cool radio program here at the college. You've got a cool personality and a great voice. You should check into it. And I'm like, really? And he's like, dude, seriously. And I'm like, all right. So I went and signed up for the class for the very next semester. First homework assignment we got. I went into the little labs and I started on it. And it instantly just fell in love. Like, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, this is what you're here to do, Dan. And I was like, this is awesome. This is great. Hopped out of the class, because of course, still smoking. In radio especially, it was like a thing you should do. Almost, it's not. It's horrible. And if anyone does it, I've got a great way you can stop it. But anyway, I went out and told the hot dog guy, I'm like, dude, the class is amazing. Like, thank you. This is awesome. Follow up and tell my best friend. My best friend at the time, I'm like, hey, buddy, I've fallen in love. I've found out what I'm here to do. Screw being a doctor. That's silly, right? I'm going to come out of school. I'm going to be in debt the way HMOs are. And this was, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, whatever. It was a while ago. Medicine was a little different back then. And I actually worked at a hospital at the time because I wanted to be a doctor, right? So I was talking to doctors. I wasn't just in a vacuum. And I suddenly just got this crazy idea. And my friend loved me. He wasn't a bad friend or anything like that. But he starts hitting me up with questions like, ooh, wow, that's really hard. Hardly anyone ever makes it. Are you sure you want to do this? Wow, you're going to have to move someplace else and just kind of start and pick up and do something. Right? He started going into a lot of the challenges that exist around me pursuing my desire. And really kind of, to a degree, started breaking my heart a little bit. Like, my friend's not supporting me on this. It's like my dream. Like, can't you feel my passion? And it's not his fault. It wasn't my friend's fault in any way, shape, or form. My friend was just doing what my friend does. Now, one of the great things that comes down to this process that we're all trying to do, again, heart desire, following this path, trying to find our way to our promised land, we've got to be careful who we talk to. Some are here to help guide you. Some are here to help get your souls out of bondage. Some are here to suggest, yes, here's a way you can go. And some kind of live in a world of doubt, disbelief, not really understanding how much of the outer world, all of it really, but how much of the outer world comes from inside of us. They don't understand it. They're not awake yet. They're not whatever. I don't know. For whatever reason, they haven't made that connection yet. It's okay. But they're not the ones necessarily to listen to, are they? They're going to tell you all sorts of things. Can't do that. It's not possible. No one can do that. No one can. No one's able to, whatever. And that's not necessarily going to get you to where you're trying to go. A lot of us have to remember, we create this movie. This is your movie. This is your belief, your reality, created by your consciousness, created by where you are at consciously right now. Oops, your whole world is created around you. You've made all the rules, you've made all the everything. And every person that walks into your life, you hand them a script and say, please perform this accordingly. Some of them are not going to perform it the way you want to, and some of them will. Well, they'll all perform it the way they need to, the way it should, but from where you're at consciously, you may want support and not get it, like my friend. Sometimes we need contrast. Again, we're all in different aspects of where we're at in this, right? So sometimes contrast is very helpful. Someone showing you something that you don't really want to focus on, or something that's not really part of this, or, hey, you might fail, and it's like, yes, but I might succeed. Thank you so much. Or sometimes it may be, but what, it's scary, you don't know, and it's like, that's kind of why I'm doing it, right? Like, you're answering all the questions. So sometimes having contrast helps solidify our place in our minds, because now we have answers to their questions. Like, oh, it's a good question, but I've got this. I'm going to do this. I can live with the choices I'm making. I can live with staying focused on this. To borrow Goddardisms, it feels natural because I can get myself behind it. I always feel like there's two of myselves. Like there's the child part of myself and then the robot part of myself, right? And the robot part's like, we'll go forward no matter what. And the child's like, when are we going to get there? What time is it? I'm hungry. Do you got anything to do? And it gets annoying sometimes, but at the same time, if you appease that child within yourself, well, goodness gracious. It's amazing how far you can go without the chatter. Sometimes they just take naps. It's really nice. So again, your movie. Contrast comes into play. Contrast can be very, very helpful. Sometimes, if you focus too much time on contrast, it can be bad. So the litmus test I have used, the litmus test that I think is the proper way to try to go about deciding who you should listen to, who you shouldn't, is anytime you're trying to accomplish something. Are you trying to get a better job? Are you out there trying to make more income? Are you trying to get a new car, get a better lifestyle? Trying to figure out, what do rich people do? Are you someone that's actually trying to maybe fall in love with someone? Maybe there's a specific person that works in your office, or maybe somebody at school. Somebody that you care greatly about. And you're interested in maybe hooking up for a date. Maybe you're hooking up for a relationship. Maybe this is long-term. Maybe we're trying to get back together with an ex. All of the dreams fall into this. What you look for is somebody who has accomplished what you are doing, what you're trying to do. If you're trying to make it in radio, talk to people that have made it in radio, done voiceover, stuff like that. If you're trying to make it in a specific company, specific job, talk to people that do that type of work. Talk to people that have been successful in that, maybe even started businesses in that. Are you interested in falling in love? Talk to people that have been in love for years. Talk to people that have been married, if that's your idea, or if not, long-term relationships. Talk to them about the secrets. Talk to them about what matters when it comes to getting through some of the hard times in relationships. Income's the same thing. Talk to wealthy people. What do you do? What do you not do? All those kinds of things. You talk to people that demonstrate what it is that you're trying to accomplish. If the person that's offering you advice, oftentimes not even sought after, sometimes they just give it to you. Thank you. I don't remember ever asking to hear what you thought, but thank you. Understand that if they've not done it ever, then don't listen to them as far as advice is concerned. See them as contrast. And yes, maybe there's contrast in your mind. It doesn't mean you failed. It doesn't mean you're doing a bad job. No, you've got that rational part of your brain that's like, whoa, need an answer over here. You've got the child in the back seat that needs an answer. Why is this guy blue? Well, give him an answer because fairies sprinkle dust on it, right? Or you could tell him the truth. Well, because blue's the shortest wavelength and it comes through very easily, and that's just why it reflects that, whatever, right? Let's get into the obvious, but you don't want to lose them in the whole process. So ultimately, you need an answer that's sufficient for where you're trying to go. So contrast serves a purpose. You don't want to focus on it. You don't want to get lost on it. And certainly if someone's offering you advice on how to get to your dreams, be it good or bad, if they've demonstrated success in your endeavor, listen to them. Listen to them. They definitely know what they're talking about. Even if you disagree, if they've been successful, listen to them. If it's somebody that's not been successful, somebody that's not accomplished it, what do they know? I read in a book somewhere. Good for you. You've not accomplished anything. Why would I dare listen to you? Now, if they've accomplished something similar on the side, or maybe they've got some advice that's actually beneficial towards your goal. Example in radio. Oh, have you taken a class? Like one of my friends actually asked me that. Did you take a class? I'm like, dude, that's how I found this. I was in a class. He's like, oh, sweet. Good. So you're on your path. Like, or are you doing any actual live DJ work? You sure you love it? And there was one at the college. Yeah, no, I'm volunteering. I do one shift a week and I pick up shifts whenever I can. Oh my God, it's awesome. I love it. Sweet. Again, sometimes they'll ask questions that are good. Sometimes they'll bring up things that are helpful. Your higher self will again hand scripts to friends that maybe haven't demonstrated it to be there to be helpful. So finally, last part of all this. All right, Dan, now you've confused me. So you're saying if they've accomplished it, listen to it. Cool, easy, black and white, like that. If they haven't accomplished it, don't listen to it. Black and white, kind of like that. Thank you very much. Might be contrast. There might be value in that. Cool. Thank you, Dan. Now you're saying that people that have not accomplished it might say something that's helpful, might not say something that's helpful. Wait, huh? The last part of this, the last little trick. Does it support your dream or no? Your dream is your soul speaking to you. Your dream is your heart's desire. Your dream is your dream. Anyone handed a script in your movie that says anything contradicting your dream is part of that contrast story. Is definitely not part of, this is such a bad thing, is not part of the reality of what you're creating. That's how you know. Are they doubting it? Well, that's not helpful. Your dream, your heart screaming to you. Are you trying to tell me that your friend that's not you, not inside you, is somehow knows better inside themselves what's best for them? No. People don't. This is your movie. So you need to decide who to listen to. Those that are going to help me get to where I'm trying to go. Those that support the heart's desire, the screaming inside, no matter how crazy. DJs don't make a lot of money. Trust me, some of the people yelling at me at the time were wise to do so. But I accomplished something that was amazing and hard as heck to do because of determination, because of visualization, because of belief, because of essentially principles in the law of attraction. And I've accomplished a lot of other things using the same. When I'm trying to make something happen in my life, when I'm trying to develop something in my life that I desire, I listen to people that are supportive of that, or at least in the middle. If they're on the other side, thank you, awesome. Might think about it for a second and be like, yeah, but this is, I'm going to make this happen. Like, great, yeah, it could fail, but it could succeed. Anytime any of that kind of stuff happens in my life, I know it could be bad, but it also could be good. And I'm going to make it good. It's my movie, my decision. Decide who to listen to, decide who to talk to based off of what they know, what they can do to help. Otherwise, you're just going to cause doubt. You're going to cause a little critter in the back seat to ask a lot of difficult questions that you don't have answers to. And that is where you start to get yourself into trouble, doubt. So try to keep yourself on the up and up. Try to keep the right environment around you, and you'll be amazed at how your success seems to change just by putting your focus where it should be. Hopefully that helps everybody.